An open letter from Xuefeng to the parents of Chanyuan celestials. Xuefeng. The loving mother's hand threads the needle. The wanderer's clothes she carefully mends. With every stitch she fears delay. Who says the grass heart can repay the warmth of spring? Whose son but one, neither foolish nor mad, would enter Wanwu mountain as a Taoist lad? At the gate the old mother, hair turned white, weeps in despair. Grasping her child's robe, she tries to keep him there. Alas, our parents! Their toil bore us with labor and pain. My father gave me life, my mother raised me with care. They nursed and nurtured me, reared me and taught me. They watched over me and protected me, gave of themselves to shield me. To repay their virtue is as boundless as the vast sky. Dear parents of Chanyuan celestial beings, once a son, now a father, I understand the love of parents for their children, and I know well the feelings of children toward their parents. Though I do not feel the sorrow of contemplating the vastness of heaven and earth, and shedding lonely tears, I do embrace the compassion of, oh, to have 10,000 great houses to shelter all the poor and bring them joy. And I carry the resolve of, knowing it is impossible, yet striving to do it. My purpose is to harvest the ripe crops, and to usher in the era of Lifechanyuan for all living beings, so that parents everywhere may enjoy peace, comfort, and security in their later years, and so that children everywhere may smile without worry. Today I wish to share a word with you, and also offer a heartfelt piece of advice. Your children have become Chanyuan celestial beings and long to live in the second home. You worry that they might be deceived, or that one day they might bring you pain or trouble. Naturally, you also fear that if they leave, no one will remain by your side to care for you in old age. Your concerns are not without reason. I deeply understand the love and worry you bear for your children, and also your anxiety for your own later years. First, let me explain. Becoming a Chanyuan celestial being and entering the community will not bring harm to your children. These are not empty words. There are facts to prove it. Since the community was founded in April 2009, it has already endured for nearly 11 years. Nearly 200 Chanyuan celestial beings have lived there during this time. If even one person had ever been harmed within the community, not only would the government have shut us down and put me in prison, but the community itself could not have survived. It would have collapsed long ago. Within the community are elderly people over 80 years old and children as young as 4 or 5. If Lifechanyuan relied on deception, what purpose would there be in deceiving an old man of 80 or a child of 5? If there had been any illegal or unlawful activities, the government, having sent nearly 600 investigators to examine us, would long ago have exposed us publicly and shut us down. Yet the fact is that no one has ever been arrested, nor has anyone as freedom been restricted. You may inquire with anyone who has ever lived in the community. If even one person says they were deceived or harmed there, then you would have every reason to distrust Lifechanyuan and to accuse me, Xuefeng. Do you know why your children long so eagerly to live in the community? Because life there is nearly like heaven itself, a way of life never before seen in human history. Words alone cannot describe its depth and beauty. Those who live within the traditional social and economic order cannot even imagine it. It is so beautiful that your children long for it and desire deeply to live there. I wish to further explain. The teachings of Lifechanyuan require Chanyuan celestial beings to honor and respect their parents. Anyone who does not do so is not welcome as a Chanyuan celestial being, nor are they permitted to live in the community. If you feel that your child has been unfilial and has entered the community, you may appeal, and we will urge your child to leave the community and return to your side. Perhaps our standards of value are different, but in my eyes your children are outstanding. They are thoughtful, kind, diligent, honest, and progressive. Each one of them is like a gemstone in my heart. I love each and every one of them, and perhaps my love for your children even surpasses yours as their parents. This is no exaggeration, and your children can bear witness to this. Do you know that nearly half of the young people in the community were brought or sent there by their parents? Consider, why would parents willingly bring their beloved children into the community? Are those parents foolish? If you reflect on this question, you will cease to worry that your children will be deceived or harmed. What I wish to advise is this: when your children long to live in the community, do not hinder them. Not just anyone can enter. It requires meeting very high standards. To put it simply, if your children are able to enter, it means you are truly blessed. You may not be able to provide your children with happiness, but I can. You cannot guarantee their beautiful future lives, but I can. Allowing your children to live in the community is not a final parting. You may visit the community at any time to see with your own eyes the conditions of your children's lives. What you hope for is that your children will marry, raise families, pursue careers, and bring honor to your name, that they will care for you in your old age, and that relatives and neighbors will speak well of them. But is this not the path you have already walked? The path your parents walked, and their parents before them? Humanity has walked this path for thousands of years. How has it gone? Do you not feel it has been arduous? Do you not feel it has been bitter? Must you really insist that your beloved children continue walking this same weary path? Pitiful indeed is the heart of parents everywhere. But who, then, pities the hearts of children? Children are not unfeeling. I myself once spent 8 years abroad without returning home, and I long for my parents every day and every night. Yet, one who is in the world of rivers and lakes cannot act by their own will. Reality is harsher than ideals. To turn back would have been to lose everything. It was like climbing a steep cliff. Once you begin the ascent, there is no turning back. Only by reaching the peak can one repay one's parents' kindness and thank all who have helped along the way. So when your children are climbing, as parents, you must not pull them down. Do not shout, "Come back down!" The result would be unbearable. Your children would resent you for life, and their futures would be destroyed by their own parents' hands. Finally, let me speak of the issue of supporting parents in old age. In fact, I considered this problem 10 years ago, especially for the parents of only children who have become Chanyuan celestial beings. I will never allow the parents of such children to live out their later years in loneliness and hardship. My aspiration is for every parent of a Chanyuan celestial being to enjoy a beautiful and blessed old age. This plan has not yet been realized because the community has faced many difficulties. But if one day Lifechanyuan is no longer suppressed by the government, I promise every parent of a Chanyuan celestial being that I have plans to ensure that you will live out your later years in peace and happiness. I wish health and long life to all the parents of Chanyuan celestial beings. May heaven bless you with good fortune and peace. Guide of Lifechanyuan. Xuefeng. February 29, 2020.